I'm Lisa Palawai, Dean of the JET office. We want to offer the class of 2020 a congratulations. I've personally been in awe of your many accomplishments over the years, taking risks, pushing and leaning into the tension to emerge as your most authentic selves. I'd also like to acknowledge the faculty and staff who have offered you caring guidance along this beautiful path. Especially this semester, you've accomplished the unimaginable. I won't say goodbye because now you're connected to a deep, wide, and vast network of mass art across the globe. Tap into it for sustenance, rest, and support. Lastly, we'd like to offer you a gift in the presence and voice of Lyla June, a Diné Nation activist, artist, and poet. Her message embodies inspiration and aspiration for all of us. We hope you enjoy. Stay safe. We're holding you and your families in our hearts.
Greetings, Massachusetts College of Art and Design, class of 2020. My name is Lyla June, and I am so grateful that the JET office asked me to give you this speech in commemoration of your graduation. I know it's been a long, hard road to get here, and you're not celebrating it the way that you had hoped, or any of us had hoped. So I hope that this speech can at least give you some love, upliftment, encouragement, celebration, recognition as you venture off into the next chapters of your life. And I just want to start out by saying I'm so proud of you. I know some of you, all of you, worked incredibly hard to get here, and I wish that you had a proper graduation ceremony. But for now, I'll do my best to honor the Alana students who are connected to the JET office and really all students of Massachusetts College of Art and Design. Before I begin, I'd like to introduce myself in my native language, as is customary for my people. Ya'at shik'eh aroshe Diné she'e nanisht eje tchachi ni nishlindon haskai Diné bashishchi ashi hedashichi belagana e dashinale akut ego Diné as aninishli. My name is Lyla June. I'm from the Black Charcoal Streak Division of the Red Running into Water clan of the Diné Nation. We are also sometimes incorrectly known as Navajo. I come from Taos, New Mexico, and in that manner, I introduced myself as a Diné woman. So, what we wanted to talk about today was the role of artists as we graduate and as we go out into the world and be a part of creation and society. What is our role, and how can we be a part of the healing of this planet? So I wanted to touch on a few themes. The first actually is a quote from Mozart. Mozart, as you know, is a celebrated musician, but what a lot of people don't know is about his deep allegiance to compassion and to love. One of his famous quotes is that neither intelligence nor imagination nor a combination of the two go into the making of genius. Love, love, love. That is the soul of genius. And to him, it was our compassion for others that was the soil that gave the seed of genius fertile ground to sprout. For example, even the word genius has the root word of genie, which means spirit. And so the genius was not someone who was so special, but rather someone who could get out of the way long enough that the spirit could move through them. The muse and this creative force that is bigger than us and probably wiser than us could move through us to create something beautiful. And so a lot of my journey as an artist has been to hollow myself out. One of the prayers of our ancestors in Native American culture was, "May I be a hollow bone." And what that means is, may I be emptied of myself enough such that spirit can move through me. And that is an interesting practice because a lot of it is about not doing it for money, not doing it for fame, but doing it for the health of your people. That's what some of my elders have said is how you turn into a hollow bone, so that the art that moves through you is not necessarily of you. You are simply a doorway through which this medicine can walk through into the world to help your people. And as you know, our people need a lot of help these days. And so it's really wonderful that I get to talk to a lot of artists as an artist and share this story, because when I was younger, I did a lot of spoken word, and I oftentimes was celebrated and making news and what have you. But there was a time when I started to get lost in fame and money, and my art actually took a nosedive. I started to see how my art actually started to lower in its quality. And it wasn't until I really hit rock bottom in my life that my elders came to me and taught me this, not for fame and not for money, that I realized that as soon as I become that hollow bone and I make art for my people and not for myself, man, my art really took off, and it became quite of a higher quality, I think, probably because it wasn't of me. Because once I clicked into that spirit of compassion and selflessness, the ancestors, the spirit, the muse, if you will, could resonate with that type of feeling, because that's what they are. The spirits and the ancestors, they are love, and they move through us to create medicine for our people. So that's something I wanted to share. And ironically, as soon as I didn't want fame and I didn't want money, my music got so good that it started getting a lot of notoriety and a lot of recognition. And so it is ironic how that works. But to this day, I continue to try to remember to pray before I write, to pray before I sing, and to create a place where I can be that hollow bone for the muse to work through me. So I wanted to read a little poem before I go on to the next chapter of my speech, if you will, which is this poem that I wrote called Genesis. And I hope that it gives a good segue into the next theme that I want to talk about to all of you. So the poem goes like this. In the beginning, there was the Word, and He wove worlds from these words. We will weave worlds from these words. So craft every casual conversation carefully, as a playwright does, because we aren't playing make-believe, you see, we make what we believe. This is not a poem. This is the cradle of creation. I am not a poet. I am a saxophone, and you are cymbals slapped together, and she is the sitar, and we are the music of creation. So sweet Creator, strum me like strings, beat me like drums, beat me like wings. Yes, I am the woven, but no, I am not the weaver. Yes, I am the dream, and yes, the dream is dreaming. This is not poetry. This is alchemy. And so the meaning of this poem, as you may have gathered, is that our words actually create the world around us, and our thoughts actually create the world around us. And that's why your role as an artist is so important, because you work in the realm of thoughts, the realm of symbols, the realm of ideas. And according to my nation, that is the cradle of all creation. For example, as Diné people, we have 4 sacred mountains. And for us, everything starts in the east, because the sun rises in the east. And our eastern sacred mountain is located in Colorado. And this mountain is connected to a word, a principle, an idea. And that principle is Tsétsêhéstâhese. And Tsétsêhéstâhese means thinking, or sacred thoughts, and the process of using our minds. And so the reason we have everything start out in the East with thoughts is because we observed that our thoughts are the beginning point of all creation. So let me put this in more concrete terms. Even the room I'm sitting in, before it became a reality, first it was a thought. And so Diné people, my nation, really understood that our thoughts are really important to tend to, like a garden, because from these thoughts we create all of creation. You can look at the world around us with the political polarization and climate change, and all of these things, capitalism overrunning basic life support systems of the world, all of that is rooted in our thought process. This idea that a man's worth is based on how much land he owns and how many women he's with. And this idea that a woman's worth is based on how many likes she has on Instagram. All of those are thoughts. And then the world then is created from those thoughts. And so that's why my people, we really comb our hair really carefully, and we tie our hair in this really specific way, because to us, our hair is an extension of our thoughts. And we tie our hair up in they call it tsétsêhéstâhese, which is a bundle. And that bundle actually represents the mountain bundle that my people create, where they get soil from each of the 4 sacred mountains, which are scattered throughout Colorado, Arizona, and New Mexico. And they create a sacred bundle of all those soils, which represent the process of creation, all of which begins with the thoughts. So when we tie our hair like that, we're connecting ourselves to the mountains, and we're connecting ourselves to the fact that everything begins as a thought. And so when we comb our hair, what we're really doing symbolically and perhaps concretely is we are grooming our thoughts, and we're ensuring that our thoughts are in good order and are carefully tended to through prayer, through compassion, through kinship, through taking care of one another, through making sure that we're really tending this garden. And so that's why I wanted to share this, is because your role as an artist is you are weaving the world of thoughts with your art. You are impacting people's thoughts with your art. And a lot of people say, oh, they're just an artist. How are they going to change the world? Or, you know, they're not a biochemical engineer, or they're not a, I don't know what other fancy disciplines there are in all of our universities. But what people don't always see, and what I didn't always see as an artist, was that, you know, artists are incredibly powerful and influential as they work in those soils, those realms, those underworlds of the thought realm. And we are part of what tends and sculpts and shapes that world, such that we are affecting all of creation there forward from that. And so I just want to say that, you know, that you are powerful. And whether you're a painter or a welder or a filmmaker or a writer or a poet or all of the other, you know, dozens of different artistic practices that all of you are practicing, just know that your role in society is highly important. And that as you create, remember to be that hollow bone, because everything we create has a consequence. And so that's the question we must ask. What is the consequence that we want our art to be? And for me and my people, we focus on the principle of ina, which is life, such that all of our actions, all of our movements, all of our thoughts, all of our creations are about creating a safe place for life on earth. And this is connected to everything we're passionate about: environmentalism, social justice, taking care of our relatives who are disabled, making sure that everyone has an equal place to live and thrive in this world. That is how we can see our art as the cradle of something that houses and supports healthy life on this earth. So I'll stop there. Thank you for listening to me. And I just wanted to kick you off on the next chapter of your journey with this message that, you know, first of all, your work will change the world. That's not a nice little encouraging thing to say. No, it absolutely will change the world. And secondly, you have the power to merge with the genie, if you will, and be that genius that works in collaboration with spirit, works in collaboration with the muse, works in collaboration with, as Mozart said, the soul of genius, which is love and compassion, so that we can be a part of bringing healing and medicine to our people. So thank you for your time. I hope you have a great day, a great week, a great decade, and just know I'm here rooting for you with everyone here at the JET office, and we'll be by your side as you continue forward. Ihiahet Hagonet.